Today's adventure was brought to you with help from my getaway kayak and 2 Catch 110s by Pelican, pedaled by my friends Richie and Steve. Today we headed out looking for isolation, as well as fish, and I must say we were pretty successful in both regards. This place we were fishing started off a little bit more fresh than salty, and although it was very beautiful, we didn't find any fish right away. Our path to get towards a little saltier water and perhaps some more fish involved us going through some mangrove tunnels, and I'm always down for that. Some of the most beautiful places I've ever taken a kayak involved going through mangrove tunnels. And it was even better knowing that we would be able to do a little fishing when we got on the other side of this one. My friend Richie was the first person to catch a fish today. 4 fish actually, before I caught even one. And before that happened, my friend Steve was onto a fish. He was actually onto a nice one. I saw him off in the distance getting pulled around and having a good time.
Oh yeah!
You got a snook?
Oh yeah! Nice one too.
Whew. Looks that way.
Oh man. It's about time.
Yeah, it was a slow morning.
You know, the tide kind of turned.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what picked up.
Heck yeah.
Okay.
Nice fish.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And that Z-Man minnow that I hated.
Yep, that brown color too.
Yep. Oh. Come on, buddy.
Maybe color does make a difference. I ain't get nothing in my white ones. Nice fish.
Oh yeah. All right. Well. Okay, buddy.
Nice job, man.
That kind of made the day. Fine.
Both my friends today were catching fish using a dark colored soft plastic with a paddle tail. I didn't have anything like that with me, so Steve was kind enough to lend me a Z-Man plastic. I figured it was way too big and I had zero confidence, but he swore by it, so I was using it. I was beginning to think that the only fish I was going to see today were mullet. However, since even the lures that I have normal confidence in weren't doing anything for me, I stuck it out with Steve's Z-Man big giant lure. So I guess the lesson I learned today was, don't be afraid to try something new, especially when other people are catching fish and you're not. This looked to be like a slot-sized snook, and that means it was between 28 and 33 inches. And although the season wasn't open for them, it didn't change the fact that this was a big fish. And since I didn't have a net, and I was using light line, I figured I had to play him for a little while at least to try to tire this fish out. Guess that lure works, huh? good one. Any thoughts of jealousy or despair or self-pity all evaporated when I felt the tug of this fish. And my worries that the weedless hook was buried too deep within the plastic turned out to be not a problem. It was the sharp gill plates and abrasive lips of this big fish that eventually brought this fight to an end. There he goes. That was a pretty fish. Time to retie. Another paddle tail and the same steady retrieve, and it wasn't long before I was back in business. This time it wouldn't be the color of the lure or a frayed leader that brought the fight to an end, but a bad hook set that almost got a hook buried in me. Jeez Louise. That was close. I didn't get to touch that one either. Ah, me. I would like to have a little stink on my fingers. The aromatic slime that is on the skin of snook that probably once earned them the name soapfish is one of the little things that I've come to like over the years. It's kind of like a trophy that I could bring home with me, even if I don't bring a fish home to eat. It was a reward that was eluding me today. That happened quick. Spunky little devil. Let's see, do I get to hold him? Nope. 3 fish on, 3 fish off. I love that. Might have to settle on fillet of fish. The day was getting long, and nobody really wanted to say it, but it was getting about to be that time to head home. And although I didn't actually get to hold the fish, I still felt that it was appropriate to count our blessings for a really beautiful, wonderful, fun day on the water with friends. This is just terrible.
Well, at least you ain't got boats trying to run your ass over every 5 minutes.
Glorious.
Like I say, it's the same thing when I go over the backwaters to Terracea and see anybody.
Huh.
So I stayed down this way fishing.
Oh my God, look at that.
What?
The big commotion over there.
Well, there's tarpon in here.
Tarpon.
Well, there's tarpon in here.
Seeing baitfish getting chased and then hearing Steve talk about tarpon was too much. I had to give it at least one more shot to catch and land a fish on this very beautiful day. Fish! Nothing to write home about. It's good fish, I mean, but they're all good. Spunky. Pulling hard. Wow. Hey! Actually landed one.
Nice size one too.
Yep. Get to show 'em to the camera for you.
Yeah. Nice fish, buddy. Finally.
Thanks. Ow.
This is a good measure to get a fight.
Yeah. Can you imagine?
The nerve.
Thanks for playing along. I appreciate you. There's that stink I was after. Mm.
Now what? Richie's got one?
Yep. Well, my buddy Rich was onto another fish, and all day long he seemed to be having an easier time landing them. I like that net.
Yes, the rubber.
Yep.
It's easy on the fish.
Yeah.
Not shabby.
Thing of beauty. What's kind of cool is we've been out here all day not seen any other boats. Just those folks on the canoe, that's it. On a holiday weekend, no less. That's awesome.
On most spots like this,
You ain't kidding.
there's a place to bring your tent down to that sand.
We'll do it tonight. I don't want to camp here anymore. Certainly not with the dogs.
Yeah, right.
I'm gonna rent a pig costume and crawl around in the bush over there. Oink, 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 oink.
All right, Rich.